Under the sweltering sun, crews worked to revive a 10-month-old girl after a devastating accident.
A mother, 38 years of age, set her child down in a pumpkin seat to load another child inside the vehicle and strap that child in. Subsequently, it appears early indications may have forgot about that child and may have backed up over the child.
The child was loaded into air care and within minutes lifted from the backyard of the family's home and headed to Children's Hospital. Police say it appears the mother was on mental overload as she was taking care of two children at the home where they live on Batavia Pike. In the chaos of the moment, she had a lapse and didn't remember she had put the 10-month-old down behind the Jeep she was driving, then backed over the child in the pumpkin seat. Just confusing because she was working with the other child trying to strap it in and...
Correct. Divided her attention at that point in time. That's correct.
The nearest firehouse is about 200 yards from the accident scene. Police say first responders were on the scene extremely fast. Now everyone is hoping that gives the child a chance. Now the investigation continues. Police tell us there's no reason to suspect any kind of foul play, so at this point there are no charges. Reporting live, Brian Hemrick, WLWT News 5.
Just devastating, Brian. Thank you. New developments now on what the FBI says was a terror plot planned for Independence Day up in Cleveland. The suspect actually first caught the attention of the FBI while he was living right here in Cincinnati. WLWT News 5's John London leading the way for us tonight with an interview with the sister of Demetrius Pitts. John.
Yeah, she was just starting at West High when he should have been finishing up here at what used to be the old Taft High School, but he dropped out. He turned 18. She says his life started going downhill when he stopped going to school. A sister of Demetrius Pitts, her identity concealed.
I'm gonna be honest with you, it shook me to the core. And then to have my little sister call me crying on the phone like, what the heck is going on?
She has not seen her older brother arrested as the Cleveland terror suspect for more than a decade, but she recalls growing up on the Vine Street Hill in Lower Mount Auburn. Two brothers, two sisters, and a single-parent mother in an apartment along these row houses. She remembers their snowball fights, going to Mr. John's candy store, typical big brother stuff.
I learned how to swim in Inwood Park. My brother actually threw me in the pool because I was scared of the water.
Demetrius was the oldest of the four, the only one to drop out of high school and acquire a lengthy criminal record, disorderly conduct, destruction of property.
Demetrius wasn't a bad brother, but then he became a bad brother, a bad son, and just didn't care. Didn't want to go to school anymore. He started drinking and smoking and just marijuana, hanging with the wrong crowd.
Pitt's mother gave him an ultimatum: get it together or go. He was locked up at Lucasville for armed robbery in 2002 when their mother died. Now, all the talk about blue-eyed devils and blowing up a holiday parade has raised his criminal profile to a higher level. His sister can't help but wonder if it's a cry for help.
I know he's going to get some time for this, but I think the most important thing is to get him the mental help that he needs. Incarcerations, he's been incarcerated all his life, on and off all his life.
She's still in touch with her other brother and her sister. Coming up at 6, you'll hear tonight what she would tell Pitts if she had a way to do it. Reporting live in the West End, John London, WLWT News 5.
John, thank you. Funeral services have now been announced for that Lakota West lacrosse player. 15-year-old Matt Stratman died Saturday morning, 3 weeks after collapsing on the field after an alumni game. The sophomore was in a coma brought on by a brain bleed. So a service will be held at Lakota West High School, the school gym there, Thursday at 7 p.m. Doors open an hour earlier at 6. Following the service, people are being asked to join Matt's family as they walk through the West Stadium with them. A Roselawn woman accused of breaking into a bank after it was closed. Police say 21-year-old Daisha Smart broke a window to get inside. That alarm went off around 3 o'clock in the morning at the U.S. Bank on Reading Road. The bank surveillance could see someone inside. Police say Smart was still there when they got there.
Tonight, 4th of July celebrations are really going to be ramping up just as the storms move out, luckily. And over at Coney Island, it's the balloon glow followed by all of those fireworks. And as thousands of people swarm the swimming pool today, we found that there is something in the water that has people talking. WLWT News 5's Molly Lair live at the water park for us tonight with an update on what in the world's going on, Molly.
Well, hey there, Cherie. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, it's packed here at the pool. You can see people excited to get a break from the heat. A line forming now of everyone just waiting to get in. But there have been a few complaints really originating online from people who say when they get out of the pool, the paint comes with them. It started with a post on a local Facebook group with one person saying blue and white paint from the pool got all over their bathing suits. That individual contacted Coney Island. Others on the post said they have done the same.
We've had a few. It's something we're investigating to figure out, what's causing it, whether it be sunscreen, but it's still under further investigation to see what's causing that.
No complaints by anyone at the park today, though one woman did make this observation.
No, but I noticed a lady walking around that had like blue paint on her back by her swimsuit. I wondered what that was from.
The pool is drained, power washed, and repainted every year. Officials with Coney Island say they have offered to reimburse those who said their bathing suit was ruined by paint.
We want our guests to have the best experience possible. We don't want to ruin anybody's experience. So however we can alleviate these situations, we totally want to do that.
One woman who commented that her daughter's bathing suit was stained told me the suit was white and they knew it wouldn't last forever. That's the chance you take. It isn't keeping them from coming to Coney. And some people commented on that post that if they're sitting on the side of the pool where it is painted blue, they simply sit on a towel to make sure that that paint doesn't bleed through onto their bathing suit. And as you can see tonight, the pool is packed. This is not deterring anyone from coming out and getting a break from the heat and enjoying the night here at Coney Island. Reporting live, Molly Lair, WLWT News 5.
Molly, thank you. Mason is ready to rock tonight. The Red Rhythm and Boom celebration, but you got the rain and the lightning to worry about. People are going to take cover, perhaps. WLWT News 5's Karen Johnson live for us there tonight with the details, and fingers crossed, Karen.
Hey, Mike. Yep, and we're taking cover inside the Mason Municipal Building for right now. There has been a lot of lightning outside as well as thunder and obviously some rain. From the looks of things, it appears the rain has moved out, though, at this point. Now, from the looks of everything outside, it appears it is going to be a packed house out here tonight in Mason. But I got to tell you, if you're one of those people who came early, maybe noon, 1, 2 o'clock, set up your blankets and chairs and went home, you might want to bring back towels because it was raining out pretty heavily just about a half an hour ago. But aside from that, the rain moves out and the food trucks are set up, the stage is set, and of course the Kids Zone. The Kids Zone has lots of activities which include a zip line, extreme air trampolines, a climb wall, inflatables, bounce houses, carnival games, and a lot more. Now this event is free. However, to get into the Kids Zone, it's $10 per child. Now I want to take a look at the lineup for tonight. Lots of exciting things happening out here in Mason. At 5:45 is the national anthem and the Fast Tracks skydiving team. At 6 o'clock, we have Five for Fighting. They'll be performing. 8:30, the Fray takes the stage, and Rozzy Famous Fireworks are at 10 o'clock tonight. So lots of events going out here at Red Rhythm and Boom. Now, some people have been asking, is it pet friendly? Can you bring your dogs? No pets are allowed. And one thing I want to mention is the parking. You might